Charity, non-profit but still a company. In this video I will talk about my thoughts and ideas about it. We all know the commercials, we've all seen them. A hungry, small African boy or girl, flies around him or her, and sad music behind the scene.
Coming for to carry me home.
Or animals, like the polar bear or tigers. Or a young seal with sad music behind the scene.
Spend all your time waiting.
For every commercial out there will be people donating money. And this money, supposedly, is sent and spent towards the help of African kids and helpless animals. Right? The issue is though that this commercial airs on national television, and that is not for free. And no, networks will always choose the commercial that makes money, especially on primetime. Every single charity has a structure, and this structure, to me, is actually pretty weird. So, in order for a charity to get money, they need the commercial to air, and for that they need solicitors. The solicitors, however, do not come for free, and this payment has to be done through donations. So this gives you a cycle of getting money, giving it to a solicitor to make more money, and then giving that back to the solicitor to make more money. The actual making of the money, however, is done through donations. So whenever you get called by a solicitor, there's a big chance you are actually paying the people who call you and the people who make the commercials. This of course doesn't add up to 100%. Yet some charities actually struggle to make it less than 35% of the costs. So this means for every dollar you donate, 35 cents of that is used to persuade other people to donate. And that is, if you ask me, a lot of money. So there is a site which has put everything into a list, and it lists the 48 worst charities based on their cash paid to the solicitors. And some of these are so shocking that it makes you wonder if anything at all would have ended up where it should. So let's have a look at number 48. There we have the Firefighters Burn Funds, who have gathered a total of $2 million, 1.7 of which ended up in the hands of the solicitors. This is roughly 85 cents a dollar. So the first on this list to hit an 8-figure number to go to the solicitors is number 27 on this list. The Wishing Well Foundation USA, with a stunning 10.1 million to go to solicitors out of the 12.6 million gathered. This adds up to 80 cents a dollar. It's less than number 48, but there's more money involved. But that is not the worst, because the Kids Wish Network managed to push it to a 9-figure number. $115.9 million for the solicitors out of 137.9 million gathered. That is 84 cents a dollar. Now these costs will be described as overhead costs, maybe you've heard of the word. And there will always be people that say that this money is being spent and set to work to create more money. And then of course you can also say that the sometimes exorbitant salaries for the people that work at the charity is a good thing, because they can make things happen and create more money. And this is where the heart of the problem is, because this is talking about a company, and we are not talking about a company. At least we shouldn't be. Non-profit organizations aren't supposed to make money, and they're not supposed to be about making money. They're supposed to be about helping those in need. And in my opinion, to help those in need, you don't need an executive with a 6-figure salary. I mean, there's two possible ways of doing this. You can make 1,000 charities that collect $10,000 with a 5% overhead, or you can have one that makes $10 million with a 40% overhead. I know which one I would prefer. But these amounts and these numbers aren't usually given to the people, and I wonder if the people actually would know what these amounts were that were given to solicitors and to executives. Would they still donate? Because when I think about it, if I give $1 to a charity, I would want that dollar to be used where it should, because that's what I gave it for. I did not give you $1 to help you get more people to give you $1. I gave $1 for the cause that was intended. And after this business model, it's still not always clear what happens with the money afterwards. There's quite a possibility that the money will not be well spent, or that there is some case of mismanagement. There's just a lot of money, too much money in my opinion, that just doesn't reach the goal that was intended. The idea of charity though is really all about us feeling guilty for something, and it's a perfect way for us to pay off our debt we have towards the poor and misfortunate. For some reason the people in the West love to feel guilty about where we are at life. I'm not sure where this misplaced guilt is coming from though, because we still aren't where we are supposed to be. There is still poverty and hunger, even in the West. But at that moment when we give $10 to a charity, we suddenly feel less of that guilt, because now we are helping a change. And this is exactly why I think it's so important to know that there isn't that much going to the place that it is supposed to go. If the amount that does go is enough for you to feel better about yourself, then good for you. But for me, it has a filthy feeling about it. Because in the back of my head, I know that someone, somewhere, and it's not where it's supposed to be, someone is getting filthy rich of this. Charity also leads to a different kind of problem, wherein some people think of charity as an ultimate token of goodness. Unfortunately, that leads to judging the people that don't donate. This unfortunately leads to the stance that if they are collecting money for animals and you don't donate, then that must mean you hate animals then. But no, that's not the case. If I don't donate, it is because I don't agree with the way the charity is right now. I care about animals, I just don't give a fuck about the CEO. However, if you do not feel the same way, then feel free to pay the man's 6-figure salary just to save an animal with whatever may be left. Feel free to do whatever you feel will pay off your debt to the world. Just please, don't expect me to join. So this will wrap up my thoughts and ideas about this subject. Thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this, and I will speak my mind later. Ciao!